What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Raw Sessions with Shamira and Courtney. Shamira, what up, girl?
Oh, nothing much. Enjoying this nice weekend.
I know, right? I got up, had a headache, took some pills, stayed up for a little bit, then right back to sleep. I had the best nap of my life this afternoon.
I took a nap. I don't normally take naps, but it was much needed. A lot of running around, so.
I took some melatonin last night, so I was still drowsy, and I'm still kind of drowsy right now and can't wait to go back to sleep.
Look, you done got me excited. I'm ready to go home and take my melatonin. Take these 2 little gummies and knock. I got to watch tomorrow, so I need my rest. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so today's episode, we're talking about grudges and being petty. Are you the type to hold a grudge, or are you the type to be petty? Now, me, I feel like there's a big difference between holding grudges and being petty. I feel like holding a grudge is more an emotional act versus being petty is something that you're doing. It's more of an action than an emotion. But first off, we're going to talk about grudges. So what situations or circumstances would cause you to hold a grudge?
I think if anybody does something that, number one, affects my children, I'm definitely gonna hold a grudge. My children and my money, those are the top two, and soon, my spouse. I think those are the top things that really would make you hold a grudge. But I don't know what they would be, honestly. The things that I've held grudges about, I could say in the past they were probably superficial. Shouldn't have held a grudge. Just was being immature.
I think there is one person that I feel like I'm not holding a grudge. It's more so I remember what you did to me. I forgive you, but I'm never going to forget what you did, because out of all the people in my life, you're the one person I thought you would never violate my trust, and you stole from me. And now that I've found out that you violated my trust and you stole from me, it's like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to trip. Like, we've never talked about it to this day. I haven't brought it up. I brought it up to other people, but I haven't brought it up to this certain person. But I forgive, but I will never forget that person did that to me. And it's like, it's going to be forever noted in my mind that this is what you did. Do I feel like I'm holding a grudge? No, because I'm still moving over my life. If that person ever needed me for something, I'm still going to be there for that person. But it's just a thought that's always in the back of my mind. It says, do you let the person know that they have wronged you? Unfortunately, no, I didn't let that person know. But it's like, that person know what they did, and they just haven't brought it up. They haven't came and apologized. But at this point, it's like, it is what it is, because it happened like years ago.
But if some people don't realize they do things wrong, or what they did actually hurt somebody more than their thought process. They probably think, oh no, they all right, they ain't thinking about it, they ain't said nothing to me, so it don't matter. But you still thinking about it, it's still sitting with you. But me, I definitely let people know, hey, this is the situation, this is what happened, this is how I felt, this is how it made me feel, because I never want people to get too comfortable and think that, oh, we good, we 100, when at the end of the day you did something really wrong to me. Now, I have people in my life that have done some things that are wrong, but because they are family, I can't hold a grudge. Yeah, I can be upset, and like you said, forgive but never forget. But when it come down to family, you gotta, that's a whole different beast in itself. That is, because your family, they always gonna be your family, regardless of whether you deal with them every day or not or whatever. They still your family. You only get one.
I think if a family member ever completely did something wrong to me, completely out the blue, you just completely violated me, it would probably take me some time to get over it. I'll forgive, I'll never forget, but I would just distance myself from that person, because it's like, all right, you did it once, I kind of probably see you doing it again, especially if I come in, forgive you, let you back in my space. So moving forward, I refuse to, have you in my space. I'm still going to love you because you still family. I'm not going to give you the cold shoulder and whatnot. But as far as having you in my space, invite you over to my house and all this other stuff, it's like, nah, I just choose not to deal with you. I'm going to deal with you in a distance. It's like, you ruined the relationship that we had, and it's never going to go back to how it was. So let's just stay in our separate corners and go from there. So, but yeah, I don't think I could completely take away, completely back off on my family member, but I do have some family members that I don't like, but I mean, you
know,
don't like everybody. You don't like all your friends. You don't like everybody you meet, so you ain't gonna like all your family members. So
I'm gonna have to backtrack on that one because I do got one family member that I do not speak to, have not spoken to in probably about 10, 11 years. Have no intentions to. And yeah, every day I'm still working on learning to forgive, not for that person, but more so for myself, so that I don't carry that on my heart. But some things you can't come back from.
Right.
And yeah, you know, stealing and certain things is like, okay, you expect people to do, but when it's that unexpected thing and it hurts you, and that's somebody that is supposed to teach you about safety and all those things, the first person in your life that's supposed to teach you those things, and they violate that, is never gonna come back. Never. Ever.
The relationship is ruined.
Oh, it's done. It's done.
I think I want to backtrack now, because I realized what I said. I'm like, there's some family members I don't like. Nah, I love all my family members. Yeah. There's some things that my family members have done that I don't like.
Okay.
All right. Don't hit me up on Facebook and Instagram. I'm like, who you don't like in a family? Nah, there's some things that there's some.
They gonna have a group chat wondering who you talking about.
They gonna hit me up on the family reunion page that we got. Be like, Courtney says she don't like. Nah, there's some things that some family members have done that I don't like. But me, I kind of stay in my corner. Like, I don't voice my opinion because I truly have my mom in me, where once I start, the floodgates go open. I'm gonna go in, and they be like, oh, well, we didn't know you felt that way. Yeah, that's how I feel. So I just choose to stay back and not say anything
for 10 years.
Well, me, it's like you find out a person did something. And when you're talking about it, it's like, oh, you know, X, Y, and Z, you say whatever, but do you actually go to that person and say it? No, because it's like, there's really no point of me saying it. Like, the person already did it, so I can let that person know how I feel, but is it gonna change anything? No, what's done is done. You have your opinion about something, and I just choose not to say it because it's like, whatever, it is what it is.
Oh, see, I need to let you know you wrong.
So how long do you hold a grudge for? Me, I'll hold a grudge for a little bit, but it'll get to the point where, all right, what's done is done. I'm over it. Move on.
What's a little bit like? You said like 6 months.
So a lot of the grudges that I have held have been work related.
Okay.
So I've had so-called cool associates, people I'm cool with at work. You know, we go to lunch together, we eat lunch, we do stuff for each other at work. But then, and it's like, you cool, you happy in my face. Where we get along, everything's cool. But you go behind closed doors and you say something completely 180 about me. She this, she that, she got attitude, you know, she hard to work, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, if you always keep it 100 with me to my face. Don't go say one thing to me and say something to someone else. And then when I find out, it's like, wow, that's how you really feel about me. And you decided to say how you feel about me and have it affect my career.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm holding a grudge against you. And then I think I held a grudge up until I left. Like, I didn't even check out with those people. It's like, you pull me in the room, you tell me you're proud of me for making the changes that you wanted me to make. But when it comes down to eval times, you still held that against me, which knocked me down the ladder a little bit. And it's like, okay, you just contradicted yourself. So it's like, all right, I choose not to even say goodbye to you. Yeah, I'm leaving, but I choose not to even speak to you anymore. People may think, or people may mistake, oh, she's holding a grudge versus she's not talking to that person. Like, if I'm not talking to you, that means I just choose not to have you in my space. I don't want your energy around me. I just choose just not to be around you, period. I'm not holding a grudge. Just don't choose to fool with you no more. I'm done with you. That's it. It's a wrap. So, not holding a grudge. It is what it is. But long, I mean, for that situation, it was probably about 6 months, because we was home from deployment and I was getting ready to leave. So it was about 6 months. I was like, nah, I don't fool with you. You like, hey, Bellamy. Nope. Like, hey, good morning. That's it. Keep it moving. No,
so
we're
now
not
that person
have a conversation. If I was running into those two people again, like, I think if I make rank, aka when I make chief, I remember that person saying, hey, when you make chief, you better call me and tell me. No, I ain't calling telling you nothing. You'll see my name on the list. Either you'll be happy for me or whatever, but don't expect a phone call from me because I realized what you did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I'm not going to hold a grudge for like 2, 3, 5, 7, 10, 15, 20 years. Nah, ain't nobody got time for that.
Nah, I feel like, 2 years, that's long enough. Let it go, move on, for certain situations, especially when it come down to work situations. I'm not gonna say I held a grudge. I guess I just didn't like that person, and when I don't like somebody, I have my facial expressions. You gonna know everything that I feel and everything that I'm thinking, even when you just walking by. So y'all know who y'all are. Y'all know I don't deal with y'all like that. But you definitely said something that made me think. As it is somebody that I probably should set straight, let them know, I don't really deal with you like that. I don't mess with you like that because when they not in my face, I don't respect them at all as a person, and I just, I don't want them to think it's fake and phony and nothing like that. So I think I need to go ahead and set that record straight. You definitely. Yeah.
Well, somebody said I'm not gonna pretend I like you. That's that's just not my thing. I absolutely agree with that. I'm not gonna pretend if I like you, I want you in my space, I want to be around you. I just don't think I'm being mean or holding a grudge. It's just how I feel, and you should respect me to that I don't want to be around you and be fake or pretending. So, but yeah, I mean you'll run into that situation then. When you're in that position of where it's like you have to grade someone on their performance, this is coming talking about work. I think you're the type of person like me that you're able to separate work from personal stuff. Like, no matter how I feel about you personally, like me and you are friends, but if I'm gonna go in that room and rank you or whatever, I'm gonna rank you based off your work. I'm not gonna speak on you as that's my friend and she this, she that.
Yeah.
Nah, that friendship stuff is out the window. It's about work. I'm grading you just on your work performance. Some people can't separate work and stuff because I see it all the time. Oh, well, this person was disrespectful to me. Oh, I just don't like that person. No, I don't care if you don't like that person or not. How are they at work? Grade them on their work performance and how they're doing. Yeah. You got to separate it. Like, take your feelings out of it. And some people just can't do that. Do you feel like that you are missing out on a blessing or giving that person power over you by holding a grudge?
Yes. It took me about 5 years for me to realize that I'm putting more energy into being upset and being angry and being hurt, and that person living their life and happy and ain't thinking about me.
Sure.
And I realized I am giving them energy and giving them power because I'm always revamping or reliving the situation and reliving the trauma, and I can't do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I don't think missing out on blessings. Probably, because you're not supposed to hold hate in your heart. Mm-hmm. And anytime you hold a grudge, there's some kind of hate that's in there.
Right.
So, yeah.
Karma. I am a firm believer in karma. Karma will come back and get you. What goes around comes around. They say, you pray for your enemies and God will take care of them. I'm a true believer in that. It's like, you go out, you do what you want, whatever you want to do towards me. Karma's gonna come back and bite you. I'm gonna just leave it to fate, karma, and I'm about to say, you yawning over there?
Look,
it ain't nap time yet.
I'm telling you, look, running all day long.
Yeah, karma is gonna come back to get you. I'm sorry.
But when you think about it, like, people are like, oh, God gonna take care of that person. And it's probably a bad thing for me to say, but sometimes in my mind, I be like, God ain't working fast enough.
I heard that on Medea. It was like, God sometimes don't come through when he needs. No. I need you to get that person now. Like,
because it's been about 15, about 20 something years. I'm still waiting on you, Lord. I'm still waiting.
So I'm going to give you an example. I had an ex. We hooked up. We met on appointment. We hooked up, and I guess I was just so in love, or at least I thought I was. Like, when I was coming home, he had left before me, and I was 2 weeks from coming home from deployment. And he decided to break it off or whatever, and of course I was heartbroken and whatnot. But then I come home from deployment. He still wanna try to get back together. We were still hooking up, hanging out or whatever. But it's just he was doing so much so many dirty things to me, and I think it was because of the age difference. Like, oh, she young, she don't really know what she doing. I can do whatever I want to her, treat her however. She ain't going nowhere. Yeah, she ain't going nowhere. So, I end up, like I said, going to my next duty station, which was overseas, and I remember he hit me up on Facebook or whatever, and we talked on the phone a little bit, and I was like, just, hey, how you doing, you know, whatever. Yeah, we can sit and have a conversation, but I really don't have nothing to say to you. And I remember he was like, man, I've been doing so bad, like, man, somebody some people broke into my house, like they came up and robbed me, like they knocked me upside the head, like I was unconscious for a long time. And he was like, yeah, they robbed me. He's like, man, they stole the Gucci watch that you had bought me for my birthday. Like, man, I just been going through it. I've been having like the hardest time. And I'm like, sorry to hear that. Like, I don't know what you want me to do 5,000 miles away, but okay, hopefully you get it together and pray for you and keep it moving. And ending that phone call, I'm like, you got your karma. All that bad stuff that you did towards me, you not being mistreated by another female, but all the stuff that you going through is probably the karma that you're getting from how you treated me and what you put me through. So,
see, and my ex ended up, well, I ain't gonna say being mistreated, but the person that she ended up with wasn't doing what I was doing, and all the wrong that she did, going back to her ex, back and forth, playing games and, you know, messing around and hiding little secrets and sleeping with friends that wasn't really friends. You know, I found out through messages and stuff, pictures of lingerie and all. It was just a lot. And at the end of the day, she sent me this song by Chris Brown, She Ain't You. And it made me laugh. Made me laugh because it's like, we could have been together. You could have had this, but you decided to do all that other stuff. Now karma coming back. And even 4-5 years later, still hit me up. But hit me up on Snapchat. So, you know, the one she with don't see the messages. Little do she know I screenshot it and send her. But that's the petty in me. But, you know, I ain't going to do that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. We going to get to the petty part. So let's go ahead and leave that.
Yes.
Oh, man. All right. So forgive, but don't forget. Forgive for yourself, not for the other person. Definitely believe in that, because like you say, you don't want to hold hate in your heart. It may take you a while to forgive, but I mean, don't ever forget, because you don't want to go back and keep making the same mistakes over and over. Pay attention to the red flags, whether it's friends, family, or relationships. Like my mom told me that, she was like, you were shown all these signs about this person, but you chose to ignore them. Now you're suffering through the heartache, and it's like, now I pay attention to the red flags when it comes to everybody. Like, all right, this is a red flag. All right, I don't think I'm gonna fool with you no more. So
I be blind sometimes, you know. I don't see that red flag. I be putting on my cape, trying to save.
You put on your mask over your eyes instead of your mouth. Like,
we ain't gonna talk about it. All right, so now petty is more action than emotion.
People are being way more petty these days, or they're just being called out on it. Like, I know maybe 3-4 years ago petty wasn't a thing, but now it's like every day you're like, oh, you being petty today, huh? Oh, petty party of one. Okay, all right.
Petty Betty.
I believe being petty is more of an action than an emotion. Like, you're doing something to someone else, and like we put here, tit for tat. Like, okay, you did something to me, all right, I'm gonna come back tenfold, or I'm gonna come back 20-fold. Like, I'm gonna come back and get you. I believe there's different levels of petty. You got the playful petty, and then you got serious, like not end your life petty, but serious, like get you in trouble with the law or your family type petty.
Malicious.
I'm definitely a playful petty person. Like, go in the kitchen and you ask me to bring something back and I don't bring it back to you. Like, I'm that petty type of person.
Remember that time I asked for
or can you bring me this home, and then that person don't bring it home for you, and it's like, all right, remember that when you asked me to bring you something home. And I'm that petty type of person. But being the serious petty, because again, I'm a firm believer in karma, and I don't want to do something to someone and then that turns around and comes back on me. It's just not in my spirit.
And honestly, you never know when you might need that person one day, and then they gonna remember, remember when you did this to me? Nah, I can't help you. So you don't want that.
Yeah,
I can definitely say I am very petty, very playful petty.
So Shamira, I want to hear these stories.
Lord, which one?
Okay,
So,
I mean, you got different levels, or they all the same level?
I think it's different levels to it. Sometimes when you do something that somebody, you can be petty and somebody can laugh about it, and then there's times that you do something petty to somebody, they can't laugh about it. Yeah, when somebody decided to drink my drink out the refrigerator on deployment, I did go in there because they was like, oh, no name, fair game, all that. No, if you didn't buy it, don't touch it. And I don't touch my stuff. I don't like stealing. So I went and I took everybody's drink and I opened them up and poured them down a drink. Poured them down the drain, excuse me. I sure did.
Wow.
Because if I can't enjoy my drink, nobody gonna enjoy their drink.
If I can't have peace, nobody gonna have
peace. Exactly. Look. And be like that girl, what's that show? Look. Can't even think of the thing right now. Going around the house. I ain't getting no sleep. Ain't nobody getting no sleep.
Bad Girls Club.
Yeah, Bad Girls Club. That's me right there.
Going around
Tanisha, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes, that's me. I will do that. If I ain't going to sleep, ain't nobody going to sleep.
Well, you can tell me if this is petty or not. So I have a drawer at work. I always have a drawer at work, no matter where I'm stationed at or whatever. I'm gonna have a drawer with my spoons, my forks, my plates, my salt and pepper, my snacks, all my little stuff that I need throughout the day or whatever. So of course my drawer is unlocked. Come back off leave, go on leave for a while, come back. Now I'm missing some stuff out my drawer. A 50 pack of forks turned into a 10 count pack of forks, and I'm missing spoons, and someone that ate a bag of chips, and I'm missing some plates and all this type of stuff. Oh, so you feel like, oh, Bellamy got all this stuff in her drawer, we can just use the stuff out of her drawer, but you don't replenish the stuff that I bought with my money. So all right, so now I'm gonna start locking my drawer. You come to me, can I borrow your fork? I went to go get a fork out your drawer, but your drawer was like, oh, so you the one that's been going to my drawers taking my stuff. I'm like, nah, I'm leaving my drawer locked. Like, if you're going to take some stuff, either leave money for me to buy more stuff, or when I go to the store, give me money so we can go half and half, and then, hey, you can reign free on all the stuff that's in the drawer. But that, I feel like that's not being petty. I think, like we discussed before, that's a violation. Don't think because it's there,
you could just take it.
Yeah, you can just take it. Nah, that's not there for everybody. I'm sorry.
So with that, the petty thing would have been, and initially that's me because I'm petty like this. And when I walked in and I see people eating and you got a plastic fork, I'd take a fork out their hand and throw it in the trash can. Because I know why I was gone and you was using my fork. Because where you get this fork from? You ain't never had none before, so how you get them now?
You gonna initiate a fight? Like, you just go walk into someone and snatch it?
Yep, right out their hand. It could be mid-bite. This shit out of here. No. You took my stuff. I know you did. I know you did. I know you did. So, yeah, things like that. Like, you already know that's a violation to me. You know that this is my drawer. It's a closed area. It's not like it's open. I had the forks out. You went in there and took it. And a fork is one thing, maybe one or two. But y'all took 40? Oh, no. And then you took my chips. See, I know. No. I can't do that. Certain things just...
I remember we used to keep a pack of water. And we had a rotation like, hey, whose turn is it to buy water? Because we just drank water in the shop. Yeah. People would come in and be like, oh, can I have a bottle of water? Somebody just grab it and hand it to them. They don't walk in here, number one. Number two, if you want a bottle of water, pay 25 cents. That's all I'm gonna charge. Or you can walk your ass down to the Gita and
pay $1.25.
$1.25 for a water. Like, no, we're not just about to hand out water. And then the people who pay for this water, we come into work, we don't have no water because you just giving it out to all your visitors that come in the shop. No, I don't play that.
See, that's why when I put my water inside the refrigerator and it all disappeared, it let me know I'm never never.
I just don't understand how people can take something that's not theirs. Like, no,
they ain't got good home training. They ain't got good home training. Because if you gonna steal, because that's what it is. I don't care how you look at it. It is stealing. Well, it was in there. It was in there for a few days and nobody went. I don't care if it's in there for a whole year. It's mine. It wasn't yours to take. So it's just stealing.
It's like, get your own. You don't want to get your own?
No. That's too much work. It's too much. You gotta go to the store, buy it, bring it in here. Yeah, no.
Some of the petty things that I see online a lot, like through social media, is like posting snapshots of conversations. Now I feel like there's a difference in proving your point and putting someone on blast. Like, all right, if someone's lying about you, all right, let me go ahead and post these snapshots of these conversations because you're not about to go out here and lie on me. I see that part, but you trying to get back at somebody like, oh, your man was in my DMs, and then you go and you post it. It's like, all right, that's being a little petty. Like, leave the personal stuff to just between the parties, not put people on blast in front of the whole world. Because, like, would you want someone to do that to you? I don't think so. So it's like some stuff should just stay private.
I think that social media has become like people's personal lives. That's how they feel like they keep in contact. Everybody that's on your social media, you feel like is your friend, and they want to know every aspect of your life. So it's a thing. It really is a thing. I had someone that just put something up, and granted, I laughed at it because honestly, I've been there. She was talking about her. Oh, she said, baby daddy's real petty. If they can't spend a night, they don't want to come pick up their child. Now, you only got one child, so we know who your baby daddy is.
Yeah.
But she didn't call no names, didn't tag him in no posts, nothing like that. Yeah, that's petty. But at the end of the day, she wanted to share her experience and her feelings and her...
She's venting.
Yeah, she's venting. So it's kind of like, are you being petty or are you venting? Are you trying to look for feedback?
And it's hard to know the difference.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I feel like when it comes down to that, it's a fine line because it is a record. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Well, not Snapchat because they go away. But all these things are a record of your life that your kids are going to be able to go back and see and go back and look. And this is our story and how we track our lives. And we were dealing with this in African American history class, and they talked about it that the African Americans before the early slaves and stuff, they don't have a record of their lives, but our social media is our record. That is how people are going to look back and know who you were. Because when people pass away, their pages don't shut down. We can go back and search all the way to the beginning of when they started their social media. So just realize that everything you post and everything you put out there, somebody is going to see.
I feel like you have to ask yourself when you post something, one, what's your motive? Why are you posting this? And two, what do you want from this post? Do you want nothing? Do you want comments? Do you want attention? Do you want a solution after the fact? Like, do you want an action behind it? You want someone to step in and help you? You have to ask those questions, because if your motive is to embarrass someone, then it's like, nah, don't do it. If you're doing it from a playful aspect, okay, cool. But if you're trying to call someone out, embarrass them, like, just go in on them about their character, what they did to you, whatever, I feel like, nah, just leave private stuff off of Facebook and keep it, or social media period, and keep it private.
Yeah, because that temporary feeling that you feeling in the moment, you going to be past that, I guarantee. And then you got this post that's up and all these people know about it. Even if you delete it, they still going to keep talking about it. And I guarantee somebody screenshotted it.
Yeah, and what kills me is they be like, "Ooh, girl, who you talking about?" I'll tell you, or I'll tell you later. It's like, go ahead and put it out there.
Yeah, you done came this far. Look, we in this together. Message out there.
Go ahead and let us know who you talking about. Go ahead and... It's like, come on now, you big and bold by posting it. Be big and bold and tell us who you talking about.
Yes, and if you're gonna be petty, please tell the entire story, because I'm following it. I'm trying to keep up with it. We in this together. We going through this together. We mad at her, him, them together.
What is going too far when it comes to being petty?
Anything that is going to hurt somebody physically or like really emotionally is going too far. Sometimes you could be petty and you don't know the mental state that somebody is in. And I was going to be petty to somebody on the ship one time, and somebody else, thank you, Everett, love you. She took me to the side and she was like, you never know if that one thing that you're going to do to them or you're going to say to them is going to be that thing that makes them kill themselves. And he was at a very volatile point, and I didn't know. But because I had so many different issues with him, that I was going to be petty, but I didn't know where he was mentally and emotionally, and she did. And she stopped me. So sometimes you got to think about how the action is going to affect that person, because you don't know if that one little thing can be the end all for them.
If for me, you want to damage my character, my reputation, that's going a little bit too far, especially if you're putting out false information about me. Cause that's something that follows you forever. That's something that, you know, when you go from work to work or state to state, whatever, that's what people know about you. And it's like, if you're known for this and then someone puts out false information, next thing you know, you went from positive to negative. And it's hard to come back from that. Once you turn a good girl, once a good girl has gone bad, she's gone forever. What up, Jay-Z? So yeah, it's like there's no coming back from that. Like sometimes what they say, once a girl always labeled a hoe, she a hoe. Like she just known for being a hoe, and it's like, come on now, that's all that stuff. Information that's put out by her is probably not true. She probably ain't really slept with all them dudes, but we believe it. But don't attack my man, my family, my house, my car, stuff that I believe has stuff that I hold true to me, like stuff that I value. Don't attack. Like once you come after that stuff, it is on and popping. If you want to see someone petty, I can turn into someone the most pettiest person ever. But just don't go and attack me. Don't attack people's kids.
Yeah.
People like to go for the jugular, and it's like, and then if you can dish it, you better be able to get ready to take it.
No.
I'm gonna say that right now. They do a lot of that on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Talking about people kids.
They talk about people kids, husbands, and stuff like that, and it's like, that's a sensitive subject for you. But just last week, you was just talking about, you know, me and my man or my situation. It's like, I can't say it about you, but you can say it about me. Nah.
I'm gonna tell you like this. You can talk about me and my babe. I don't care. But you start talking about my kids, that's a whole nother thing. Got nothing to do with this. They innocent. You don't know them.
Right.
I ain't never had no dealings with them. You know nothing about them. So you start talking about people kids, you better be ready for something totally different. That's a whole nother beast. I'm telling you, whole nother beast. And I don't even care if it was something that you implied or don't. Just leave kids out of it because you never know. And that's one thing I don't play with. So you can joke about a lot of things with me, but don't joke about that one. Right. I can talk about my kids too, but you can't.
Well, on that note, you might want to ask yourself, are you the type to hold a grudge or are you the type to be petty? Let us know what type of person you are and we'll give you our feedback. All right, so moving on to a more positive note, our Stay Motivated segment. What we got, Shamira?
Says, if I'm on your ass about doing better, it's because I see more in you than you do in yourself. Not too many people will do that. Most will sit there and watch you throw your life away.
Some people take offense to that. Like, dang, why you always on my neck about this stuff? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. My boyfriend is the perfect example of this. I have been on him for a long time about going to school and about, you know, just doing stuff for him, because right now in our careers, we're over the hump, which means we're past the 10-year mark, working towards retirement. All right. Now we've done everything that we needed to do for the Navy. Now it's time for us to do for ourselves in order to set ourselves up better for when we get ready to retire. So I've been on him about school. Hey, let's go ahead and get this degree while you can use tuition assistance, because, you know, once they get rid of tuition assistance, which they probably will, it's not going to be there no more. And it's like, all right, how are you going to pay for school? And now you have a lot of idle time due to COVID-19. You could be knocking out some classes. We're both on shore duty. Take advantage of me now that I'm not on shore duty. I can be helping you through these classes, helping you write these papers and stuff, because once I'm gone, I'm on appointment, I'm not going to be there to help you. Yeah. I don't have to be there to help you, but I want to help you to succeed and stuff, because it's like I have my associates and I have my bachelor's now. And it's like, whew, I'm done. I'm on a break. Yeah, I'm going back for my master's, but I want to see him to succeed. I know he wants to go to school, so I'm like pushing him like, hey, let's go ahead and start school. Let's go ahead and enroll. And what degree you want to get? All right, let's go ahead and get this started. So I'm on his ass all the time about it. I feel like sometimes it's coming more from a mom place, and I hate that it comes off like that. Yeah. But it's like, I'm not going to sit back and watch you waste time, because I don't want you to look back and it's like, oh, it's time to go back to sea duty. What have you done on your shore duty? You ain't done nothing. It's like, that's one thing we don't get back is time. That's one thing we don't get back. So I'm always on him. For my friends, I'm like, hey, what you working on? What you doing? All right, you done signed evals. All right, what are you gonna do this cycle? What are you gonna do? You need to do something different. I'm on them because I want them to succeed, because I had some people in my corner that wanted me to succeed, and I had others who didn't want me to succeed. So I know how that feels. So I definitely want, and at the same time, we got to help each other out. And what I mean by each other, I'm rubbing my finger across my head. We got to help each other out, because sometimes a lot of stuff is against us. We're the minority. As black people, and then as females, we gotta work 2-3 times as hard to get where we need to go. So I'm always on other people to get it done. Stay motivated.
So yeah, I think a lot of people, when you're on them about the things that you want to see or want them to accomplish, they think that it's nagging, or you're harassing them, or you just always on them, always on their case. You don't like them. And for me, I hate when people say that, because I won't waste my energy trying to motivate you and push you for better if I didn't care about you. Right. If I didn't see something, like you said, see something in you that you don't see in yourself. So if somebody out there and they taking the time out of their day to, hey, you should do this, hey, you should do that, that means that they, 1, respect you, 2, want better things for you, and 3, they like you, they love you, they care about you and your future. Right. So yeah, Tyranny, I was just like, she doing it. Don't get me wrong, she got it. She about to finish with her bachelor's, about to go for her master's. I want her to realize that there are different jobs out there. Mm-hmm. Not just this one company, and to be comfortable. Mm-hmm. And I know that she's going to do great things. I have somebody else, one of the other females in my shop that I work with, and I know she's going to be amazing and great. And it's not the military for her. That's not her calling. Mm-hmm. So I definitely, hey, you should do this, you should do that. But sometimes people get blindsided and all they see is the moment. They don't see the future. So Pisces, we looking 20 years down the line. For real. Don't even know what's happening tomorrow. But
I have people that I have worked with and people that I currently work with, and it's like, man, you got so much potential. It's not even funny. Like, I see you doing great things, but it's like you gotta get out of your own way. This stuff is not just going to be handed to you. You gotta work for it. Yeah. People see it, but they're just not gonna hand it to you. You gotta work for it. And and I'm gonna call them kids. Some of these kids don't want to work for it. It's like they just want you to hand it to them, and it's like, no, you're not entitled to anything. You're gonna work for this.
Oh, this generation is entitled. This is the entitled generation. They think everything just gonna come to them easy. Yeah. They don't want to get a license, don't want to drive. And you know what? I blame us parents. Yes, I said us parents.
Because we wanted to, well, not we, I ain't got no kids, but we wanted to, in our generation now, we wanted to raise our kids differently than how we were raised. Because how we was raised, it was like yelling and screaming and beating and you better do this, or what was the saying? You living in my house, my rules. Yeah. They were so strict and so blunt with everything. And it's like, we wanted to loosen up the rope a little bit on our kids. But it's like, maybe we loosen it up a little bit too much.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. But also society plays a factor in that, because limiting what you can do and say and how you can treat your children, it has crippled them. It has. Because I hated every single beating I got. But some of them taught me. Mm-hmm. Some of those things put me in line to where I am today, to where I know and strive for better. But yeah, this generation, y'all don't want nothing. Y'all just want to sit at home and play video games and now they got Uber, and that's one thing my baby always say to me, I don't gotta get a license, they got Uber. Well, how you paying for it? How you gonna they don't think about that. It's just quick and easy. Everything is quick and easy for them.
And then all Ubers ain't safe. All Lyfts aren't safe. Like, they abducting and sexual assault and all that stuff. Like, okay, if that's how your mind think, yeah, you gonna get a rude awakening one day. You're gonna get in the wrong car, and God forbid something happen, and it's like, okay, yeah, you might want to change your perspective on Uber and Lyft.
That's a whole nother episode.
Oh yeah, it is. But all right, yeah. If you have someone in your corner that's pushing you to do better, yeah, they riding you, and it's okay to let them know, all right, you riding me a little bit too much, ease off a little bit. Yeah, they should ease off, but at the end of the day, they want you to succeed. They just want you to do better. Don't take those people for granted. Don't shut them out because they're in your corner. Because you may have more people against you than you have for you. So those just don't take those people for granted.
Yes.
Facts.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it for this episode. Again, you can hit us up at our Gmail account, rawsessions.sc@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. Feel free to email us any topics that you want us to discuss. And also check us out on our YouTube channel and Spotify titled Raw Sessions. All right. Definitely subscribe, leave us some comments, let us know what you think, and just give us some support. You know, we're not having technical difficulties, but we're looking into like adding some little music in the background or whatever. You know, we playing around with some stuff, so just bear with us. You know, let us know if you want to offer us any help, we'll take it. But this is just a platform for us to sit and talk about things and topics that mean a lot to us, and really a lot of it is just venting, us getting stuff off our chest, but we also want to help people out too out there. So
we'll see y'all next time. This is Raw Sessions. We out.
Deuces.